What is going on, gamers? Aevatrex here, and today we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Gargantua monster and how to successfully hunt this monster. Now, of course, the damage that you do and everything like that is gonna be tied to your monster hunt research and of course your monster hunt gear and jewels, so just keep that in mind. But I'm gonna lay out some ground rules when you're hunting monsters, okay? If you're looking, and I keep saying this in a lot of videos, so I want to make sure that I cover this. If you're looking at a list that says Gargantuan, and then it tells you 5 heroes, and then that's all it does, it doesn't tell you for level 1, for level 2, for level 3, etc., then that's not very credible, because from level 1 to level 3, the heroes that you need to be actually effective for each level will change, okay? And every hero and every monster can make a difference. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the level 1, which is the easier ones to hunt. Let's actually find one here. That one has some damage to it already. Here we go. Level 1 Gargantua, okay? Now, of course, Gargantuan has high physical damage, so if you're using physical attackers, that's not the way to go. You want to use some magic damage heroes. So here is what I use for level 1s. Just straightforward, all damage. If you do not have Petite Devil, you can easily take her out for Snow Queen. But for damage sake, I'm just going to go ahead and leave Petite Devil because that's what I'm using right now. If you don't have these heroes to gold, as long as they're decent level, they should do the trick. So let's go ahead and send this out and just show you exactly how this is going to work. We got 20 seconds. All right, let's do it. So there we go. We took it down. It should be quite easy. There we go. Once again, the heroes. 100% one hit. Again, depending on your gear and your research, you might not one hit it, you might two hit it, but what you want to do is you're trying to be as efficient as possible with what you have. So the first one, the level 1, you want to go pretty much all damage because the level 1 monster doesn't really do that much damage, and because he doesn't really do that much damage, you can afford to not have a tank or any specific healer for it. But level 1 to level 2 with Gargantua is a bit of a jump. So as you can tell, with 20 seconds left, I go ahead and take it down, and I really didn't suffer much damage. So level 1, just straight damage, magic damage, and you should be good. By the way, if you don't know exactly why I'm using some of these heroes, I'm going to go ahead and show you specifically why, in case you are wondering. Whereas Sage of Storm, if you go over here to the hero skills, he has static field, which means that the magic defense is reduced. Essentially what it does is, since you're only sending magic attackers, by reducing magic defense, it's going to make everybody else more effective. So that's why he's very valuable. And then the other one, where is it? Elementalist, right? And where is it at? Right here. Art of Wind reduces magic defense by 390. So essentially, you're stacking magic defense reduction while you're sending a ton of magic heroes, which when you put it all together, it's going to be an amazing amount of damage and also complementing each other really well. Now, level 2s. Level 2s are a bit of a different animals, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Let me see if I can find a level 2 around here. There we go, level 2. So I'm going to send the very same team, right? We just destroyed the level 1. Now we're going to go ahead and send it to this level 2. And we're going to see exactly how it works out. So, here we go. So we got 21%, right? Let's see how it all shook down. So we're using the very same team. The only difference is that this is level 2. Now, if you follow one of those lists that tells you, hey, this is the 5 heroes that you have to use for this monster, and then you just use it for level 2s and level 3s, you're gonna fail big time. And this is why watching the battles is so important. Take a look at this. 1 hero down with 20 something seconds to go, okay? 2 heroes down. Now remember, this is just level 2. So just because one team worked really, really well for a level 1 and you had no issues, it doesn't mean that it's gonna work as you go on these higher levels. And this is just level 2, so just keep that in mind. All right, now we've been down 2 heroes already, so that's a loss of a lot of damage, right? And the only reason that Petite Devil was staying alive is because she pretty much heals herself. But If that was another hero, probably dies as well. Now, how do we fix this? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I usually run with this. I take him out right here, and I take her out, and what I do is I use C-Squire because I want healing. Obviously, I have an issue with staying alive, and I'm gonna have to use a tank, but it's not just any tank. I'm gonna go ahead and use Child of Light. Now, why exactly am I using Child of Light? Well, if you go to his abilities, you see Holy Judgment, and you guessed it, also reduces magic defense by 240. So you're starting to see a trend of what you should be looking for. And let me go ahead and take this off once again, and here we go. So you can go ahead and send a tank with C-Squire. Remember that C-Squire does pretty decent magic damage as well, so he's not just a healer. He's gonna do his fair share of damage, but if you also just send C-Squire with something else, we can check and see just how effective that is. So let's take a look. 25%. So we've effectively gone up quite a bit, but the question is, did he stay alive? So let's see. There goes the heal from C-Squire, and there we go. So we're doing damage, and we're looking good. There we go. So now my heroes dying is not so much of an issue, right? So C-Squire is keeping everybody alive. I have a tank that I can rely on. Now, how do we improve this damage, right? Because we're not dying anymore. How do we improve it? Let's go ahead and take out the tank, because we saw that C-Squire was doing pretty good. And let's go ahead and add Incinerator. Now, with this team, can we stay alive? Do we need a tank? We're about to find out right now. Here we go. What's the damage? 32%. So you saw the jump there. Now let's watch the battle. Do we need a tank for this, or do we not? Let's see. So the initial hits are usually going to be the ones that it's going to hurt. The heal is down from C-Squire. We're looking good. Now the question is C-Squire going to be enough to stay alive? He's taking some hits now, but his heal, the only thing that you got to worry about is, does it get interrupted? And he's putting it down right now. And even though Gargantua is doing pretty good amount of damage here, it looks like for level 2, you do not need a tank. So once you have this down, right? Once you know that, okay, level 1s, I can just send full damage, we're good to go. For level 2, I just need C-Squire to heal. And then for level 3, check if C-Squire is enough. If he's not enough, then you go ahead and add a tank. And as you see, C-Squire pretty much dies here at the end. But if the heroes die near the end, that's not a big deal. Like if it's 2-3 seconds left, that's fine. If it's a hero that dies within, I don't know, 20-25 seconds still left, then that's a big issue, because that is a big loss of damage. So we're gonna go ahead and send it out. 21%. That should be easy to do. And see, this is what I mean. When you're just looking at a list that just gives you 5 heroes for a specific hero, you don't just want to follow that for every single level, because it all matters. Your gear, your research, the heroes that you have leveled up, all of it matters. Now for level 3s, you pretty much want to do the same thing. You start out with damage. Now of course, if it doesn't work for level 2s, you know that it won't work for level 3s. Now you see there that for level 2s, C-Squire alone will struggle near the end. So for level 3s, you know for a fact that C-Squire is not going to be enough to tank it. So this is where you add in the Child of Light, and essentially you go trial and error. You pretty much want to do this for every single monster that's out there. That way, when you actually click on a monster, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Level 3, right? When I click on it, it has the team, right? If you're only going to be hunting level 3s, once it comes back, it'll still have the team that you're hunting with. If you usually only hunt level 2s, it'll have the team that you're hunting them with. So just keep that in mind. You can also just go ahead and make yourself a little list for yourself, because this game rewards things like that, making sure that you're making the most out of everything, and that includes your energy. So when you run into these monsters, make sure that you're checking the battle first of all, unless you already know what lineups work. And if it's not working, change it up. Add a tank, add a healer. I can guarantee you that even though you're taking out a damage dealer and adding a tank, you might think that you're losing damage, but just having a hero to take off all the damage and have 4 heroes not die behind you is going to be much more valuable than just having 5 DPS that are going to die a couple seconds in. It's just not going to help anybody. But yeah, with the Gargantua, those are the lineups that I usually like for level 3s, level 4, and level 5. The same team that I was actually showing you works for all of them. Once you get to level 4 and level 5, you might want to think about taking out C-Squire and using a dedicated healer. Just because C-Squire can be interrupted. So if you have somebody like a Lore Weaver, or Dark Follower, etc., or maybe even Prima Donna, if you don't have any of those pay-to-play heroes, those would work a little bit better. But of course, if your best option is Prima Donna, you probably shouldn't be hunting level 4s and 5s anyway. Just putting it out there. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want one for most monsters that are out, if you want to know what I usually use for each level and what would work, let me know and I'll cover them as they come out. Yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later. Bye.